What's good, Eagles fans? This is your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got charged to the game. I want to talk to you guys about a specific topic. This topic is Jalen Hurts and Gardner Minshew. Apparently, Jalen Hurts, as we already know, is dealing with a high ankle sprain, and he missed last week's or the game 2 weeks ago against the New York Jets. And he's been nursing that injury throughout the bye week, and now we're entering the home stretch of the 2021 season. We have 4 games left. One game against the Washington football team, the New York Giants, then the Washington football team again, and then we got the Dallas Cowboys finishing off at home. But the question is, will Jalen Hurts be healthy enough to be productive during this final game stretch, this final stretch of the NFL season? We all know Jalen Hurts has so much to gain and so much to lose by not performing in these games. If he begins to lose time because of his injury, this will impact his standing within the organization, and this will impact whether or not this team sees him as a long-term solution for the quarterback position. On top of that, you got Gardner Minshew, who's also looking to prove himself to be a franchise piece, even though we all know, based off what we've seen from Gardner Minshew, not just this season, but also in previous seasons, he's not necessarily franchise quarterback caliber. He doesn't really have the most uh, dynamic of arms. He is a bit elusive. He has some talent in the pocket. He's very headsy. He throws with anticipation. I think that's what makes him as good as he is right now in his career. The fact that he knows what his skill set is, he knows his limitations, and he throws the ball with anticipation, which then works in his favor. And I believe that's what Jalen Hurts is beginning to learn for himself. I think Jalen Hurts is still getting familiar with his skill set as a passer. I actually feel like he's really starting to learn this quarterback position legitimately, being in the NFL. But Jalen Hurts again has a lot to lose, but also he has a lot to gain in this next 4 game stretch. Let's be totally clear with ourselves. This next 4 games will define Jalen Hurts' career one way or another, even if he plays in them or he doesn't. Now, there's a conspiracy out there that the team has already made their decision and that they're actually thinking of sitting Jalen Hurts regardless if he's healthy enough to play, right? And my thing is, if you're trying to find out, what you have in the guy, I think it's best that you let him go out there if he feels like he can get things done. I think it's best, even if he is 75, 80%. I think these are the games where you judge a man. It's easy to judge someone. It's easy to critique someone when everything is smooth sailing. But it's much more conducive to success. You can get a much larger you can get qualitative evidence rather if you judge someone in a moment of chaos. Everything is not going to be perfect. Everyone across the league is dealing with injuries. You got Aaron Rodgers dealing with injuries. You got Tom Brady who's banged up, Justin Herbert who's banged up. All these quarterbacks in the NFL are basically banged up. No one is fully 100% healthy. But Jalen Hurts, even though his game is predicated off his athleticism, maybe this is the time to put him out there so he can show you what he can do when he's not able to rely on his pure speed, his pure escapability. Now, again, that is what makes him great, right? That is what makes Jalen Hurts so dynamic. But I think it's important to throw Jalen Hurts out there regardless of circumstance. I'm not saying put him out there if he can't play. If the man can't play, he can't play. But if he's 85%, 80%, you throw him out there. I'm sorry. No one's 100% at this point in the season. And Jalen Hurts is not going to. I doubt he's been 100% throughout this entire season. So sure, he's nursing a high ankle sprain, but if he can move around, if he can plant and get that ball down the field or whatever it may be, get him out there because this season is not about Gardner Minshew. This season isn't even about making the playoffs. This season, most importantly, is about evaluating what you have in the young man Jalen Hurts. He's 23. He still has a lot to build on, a lot to grow on. He's had an inconsistent season. There we saw a lot of highs. We've seen a few lows. Most notably, his game against the New York Giants, where he completely lost sight of the goal, lost sight of who he was, and you can tell he got greedy. And there's no need to get greedy against a team like the New York Giants. But I digress. Jalen Hurts has a lot to gain from playing these next 4 games, and he has a lot to lose. He can lose out on the opportunity to be the starting quarterback. Maybe not just for the future, but even next season. Because I personally believe Jalen Hurts should be given another year to prove himself as well. Because you have him on a rookie contract, why not take advantage of that and rebuild the roster with the current assets you have? But Jalen Hurts, I'm pulling for you, my brother. I want you to get healthy. I want you to play in this Washington game so you can shut the haters up. I actually do want you to succeed. That's my biggest thing. I want the Philadelphia Eagles to succeed more than anything. But I also want Jalen Hurts to have a fair shot at success because you can make an argument that this organization didn't really do him justice until about halfway or midway through the season. And sometimes you can make the argument that it was too little too late. Maybe he would have been more developed at this point in the season if this team or if this organization was more accepting of who they were at the beginning. And that was a run first power offense team. We have the best offensive line in football. That's without a question. But it took us until about week 8, week 9 to realize that. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, Jalen Hurts and Gardner Minshew are splitting reps this week, and it's going to be interesting to see who ends up getting the start because right now it's not a foregone conclusion. And I'll leave it at that. I'm your humble host, Tony DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got charges to the game. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. And fly Eagles fly.